Welcome back to Vampyr. Last time around we finished our sisters' lives, or live, this time for real. And our next mission is now to go to Lady Ashbury's mansion, which is... well, I don't know actually. Here, alright. But before we do that, there's still a lot of quests that we can do. But we can only track one at a time. So we're gonna start with this, and we're gonna dedicate this week's episode to finishing off a bunch of side quests. So our first one is missing ingredients, and we have to speak to Furrow Strickland for it. Just gonna have a quick look around. It doesn't seem like, well, okay, it does show, but we're already in the area. Let me just quickly get rid of the custom markers because we're not going to need them anymore. They're just confusing on the little compass up there. Actually, before we do that, what we still need to do is look. It's just Pippa has a cold, Newton has a cold. That's Pippa. We can heal her straight away.
Good evening, Nurse Hawk.
Good evening, Dr. Reed.
Do you need medical help yourself, Nurse?
I'm afraid I've contracted some illness, Dr. Reed.
Not under my watch, Nurse. Take this. You'll feel better.
Thank you, Dr. Reed.
Alright. No new hints with her.
Goodbye, Nurse Hawk.
So we've done that. Why is there another mark on the map? Where is that? I can't see it. Over there. What is that doing here? Alright. It's Velma, there's Thomas, Elwood, Gwyneth, Pippa, Waverly, Rakesh. I can listen in.
It's locked, all right.
Can I? What is going on here? Like, what is that? Is that Strickland?
I will not let you down, my boy.
Good evening, Dr. Strickland.
Yeah.
And good evening to you, Dr. Reed. Can I be of any help?
Tell me more about your willingness to experiment with new medical techniques.
Harvey Fiddick is a patient suffering from a severe injury that could cripple him if not treated correctly. I'm convinced your blood transfusion technique could help him.
What is it you really want? To save him, or to prove your point?
Fair question. I want nothing but to save my patient, Dr. Reed. Especially since I know Mr. Fiddick's story.
Tell me Mr. Fiddick's story.
Our first diagnosis was compromised because Mr. Fiddick lied to us about the real origin of his injury. He first claimed it was an accident.
But why would he hide such crucial information from us?
Because he is a proud father, ashamed of putting his children at risk because of his own negligence.
This personal involvement could also appear to be a lack of impartiality. You must know that a good surgeon must remain neutral.
I agree. But that does not excuse Dr. Ackroyd's behavior, a man who did not even take time to converse with his patient.
Do you think keeping his distance was a mistake?
All I know is that I'm taking care of human beings with desires, hopes, and fears. Not some biological machine comprised of blood, bones, and flesh.
Tell me, Thoreau, what's the real cause of your dislike for Dr. Ackroyd?
He refuses to admit that your blood transfusion technique is the only way to save Mr. Fiddick. I'm convinced we must use it.
What Dr. Ackroyd really said is that you lack the skill to perform this operation efficiently. Is there anything you have to say about this?
It's a false conceit. Dr. Ackroyd secretly envies your reputation. His jealousy blinds him. I'm not the real target here.
What do you think of Dr. Ackroyd's aversion to modern medical methods?
It's a shame he's so narrow-minded. Dr. Swansea taught me that science is about exploring uncharted territory. I'm convinced that's true.
With the influenza and all that's going on, you should put your differences aside, don't you think? Why is it so difficult to work together?
I believe that if Dr. Ackroyd had been the one to discover the transfusion process, he would be the first to recommend its use.
So you believe it's just a question of jealousy and pride?
Dr. Ackroyd is as proud as he is blinded by his obsolete concept of medical science.
I located the shop, but it was vandalized, and the owner is missing. All I found was your order.
I was afraid of such bad news. People are so desperate they're ready to burgle a shop for drugs.
That's quite a list you ordered. Opium, sodium hypochlorite. It can't be just headaches you're trying to cure.
This dreadful influenza, of course. I already ran some tests on hopeless cases. Without success, I must admit.
Do you realize you could create a lethal poison without the correct dosage? Then there are the legal ramifications.
Is this not true of any medical substance, Dr. Reed? However, if you would agree to improve it, I'd be glad to accept your help.
As long as you promise to be scrupulous with your experiments, I may try to gather these substances, and even help improve upon the mixture.
That's all I'm asking for, Dr. Reed. That's all I'm asking.
Goodbye, Dr. Strickland.
Okay.
I can't let Strickland put his patients at risk with opium. Perhaps an adjusted formula will deliver more of a placebo effect.
You always knew the words to calm the children, Ellen.
And now can't go inside here. Wow, there's nothing in there. Harvey, I've got some new
Good
clues
evening,
on
Mr.
you.
Fiddick.
Good evening, Dr. Reed. Any news about my operation?
Some.
Tell me about your injury, Harvey. Why do you feel so guilty about it?
My wife died because of me. And now I may lose everything because I've been careless enough to hurt myself. What an arsehole.
How could your job be responsible for your wife's death?
I was working a double. She went out to bring me a hot meal and got caught in a German bomb raid.
You can't hold yourself responsible for your injury, Mr. Fiddick. Unless you tried to hurt yourself.
Of course I didn't hurt myself. But I can't work until my arm is fixed. My children need to eat, Doctor.
Tell me more about the death of your wife, Harvey.
1915. I was in the army. Building workshops for the Royal Flying Corps. Helen was happy I wasn't sent to the front.
What happened?
The Germans sent Zeppelins to bomb the construction site, but they missed their target. My wife was bringing my dinner when the bombs fell.
I'm sorry for your loss. So many died during the bombings. I served in France and witnessed the carnage there.
I would like to say that she didn't suffer. Truth is, I have no idea. I just know that I'm all that me kids have. Poor little bleeders.
Jonathan really uses every chance he has to tell people that he served in France.
How are your children after losing their mother?
They were smaller then. The only good thing about this is my Helen didn't bring them with her that night.
Goodbye for now, Mr. Fiddick. I'll see you later.
Always knew the words to calm the children, Ellen.
Alright, let me have a
As
quick
for
look
me.
at the map. Apparently, this is all in the hospital. There are quite a few unknown events, Jesus Christ. Alright. There's some new dialogue with Dr. Swansea as well. I mean, this event isn't unknown.
What a blundering idiot.
Alright. Bring one. Oh, I just need to go to my medical desk and bring the substances there. And I think I should have all of them. Like, I'm not 100% sure, but... Oops. Wrong staircase. That being said, I'll first have a talk to Dr. Swansea. I'll have a talk with Dr. Swansea.
Jonathan, old chap, how are you tonight? I've seen little of you of late.
I was conducting research in my room, away from the nightly routines.
Of course, of course. Worry not, I understand. The situation has been testy around here. I won't deny it, but we still stand.
What news do you bring?
The news is not good, my friend. We try to keep the epidemic at bay, but street violence is escalating quickly.
How bad is the epidemic?
It is killing the infected patients faster. In less than 2 days now. The only blessing is that they are contagious for a shorter period.
Tell me more about the violence.
Jeffrey McCallum seems to have sent his war dogs on a hunt. On a nightly basis, Prewen patrols exterminate every skull and vampire they find.
Have they come closer to the hospital?
No. They mainly focus on fallen districts or abandoned buildings. But they're growing in numbers. They must be recruiting heavily.
So we need to make sure that no districts fall, otherwise we'll have to deal with those guys forever.
Have you any reliable friends in the West End who might assist me?
Unfortunately, you will be alone. Except for our ravishing red-headed acquaintance, of course.
What about the Brotherhood of St. Paul's Stole? Where are they?
There are only a few of us, and most others would not speak to you. I am the black sheep of our brotherly flock, you know.
What of my commission here at Pembroke Hospital?
Nothing to fear, Jonathan. Your position here is in no jeopardy. You remain one of us, and you are always most welcome.
I have received an alarming letter from Lady Ashbury. She wants me to meet her at her house. I have been granted safe passage.
Then you are twice fortunate. I have never been invited to the lady's mansion. And with the quarantine and controls, city access is nigh impossible.
Is he jealous?
Is the quarantine serving any purpose?
It is helping slow the propagation of the epidemic. But as long as we have no clue to its origin, its efficiency is limited.
Why have you never entered the lady's house? You are one of her good friends, are you not?
My dear Jonathan, you have no idea how reclusive the good lady normally is, nor in what great esteem she must hold you to let you into her domain.
Thank you, Edgar. We shall speak again later.
Okay. It's not exactly a lot of useful information there, but we can continue. Alright, medical desk. Here we go. What are we supposed to do here, though? Is that, or does it mean here?
Strickland's project
Yeah.
could be dangerous. I have a mind to report him to Dr. Ackroyd.
Do we bring the medicine to him or do we report it to Dr. Ackroyd? It's a difficult decision. Where is Strickland? You can have it, Strickland.
Good evening, Dr. Strickland.
And good evening to you, Dr. Reed. Can I be of any help?
I have managed to improve the mixture by diluting it. Have you ever heard of Sir Joseph Francis Olive, or the placebo effect?
No, I don't think so. Why?
A placebo is a substance or procedure that has no actual physical effect.
You made a placebo of my project. Why?
Research has established that a placebo, as long as the subject believes in the effect, can provoke a positive physiological reaction.
Really? That's fascinating. And you want me to, what, administer the placebo and see what occurs?
Something like that, yes.
Well, I'm a bit surprised, but I trust you, Dr. Reed. Please take the key to my cabinet and put this placebo there for future use.
I want to know about these secret tests you run, and if they can save people from this epidemic. Speak to me now, Thoreau.
I know I may sound presumptuous, but I'm just following your steps, Dr. Reed. I'm casting away the shadows of ignorance by daring to face them.
Self-confidence is essential in our line of work, my young colleague, but only if tempered with the correct amount of cynicism.
But you never doubt yourself, Dr. Reed. I've read all your articles and books. You performed the most daring research during the war.
You have my support, Dr. Strickland. I know exactly what it feels like to battle an unknown disease with only your mind and force of will to help you.
Thank you, Dr. Reed. You don't know what that means to me.
He's a promising
Goodbye,
young
Dr.
doctor.
Strickland.
We're going to support him. This way.
I will not let you
Is
down,
it?
my boy.
It's locked.
Apparently not. Oh, it's upstairs. I always forget about this little arrows telling you which floor you have to go to. This way. It's the room right next to mine. Alright. What do we have here?
At least Strickland can't kill anyone with this formula. It's locked.
Why is everything
It's
locked
locked,
in
all right.
here? Oh. Pembroke Hospital, 14th of October. Dear Dr. Swansea, despite the actual urgency of the sanitary situation, I must inform you of a recent case of professional misconduct inside the Pembroke. Nurse Gwyneth Brannigan has been found guilty of undeniable unprofessional conduct, and thus guilty of endangering a patient. Under no circumstances should a nurse diagnose and establish a prescription without at least informing the referent doctor about her conclusion. You know me, Edgar, I'm not against personal initiative when it is for the interest of all, especially during a crisis like the one we are facing, but we can't allow a nurse to perform a diagnosis and decide on a procedure to apply to a patient. The fact that said patient survived is no attenuating circumstance. It just means we dodged a bullet this time. I demand the strictest authority on this matter. Very respectfully, Dr. Waverly Ackroyd. So he's a very old school doctor. I do wonder if this is the extent of our space, and if we can just, or if we can't collect any more quest items after that. But we shall see about that, I guess. Nothing else in here? Alright. Next quest. Yeah, that fits exactly. We wanted to speak to Nurse Brannigan anyway. Is that you, Waverly? No, that's
Good
Dr.
evening,
Tippett.
Dr. Tippett.
Dr. Reed, any good news to share?
Is me investigating
Goodbye, Dr. Tippett.
in your crusher good news? Is that good news? I don't think it is. Even further down. Is that in the morgue? Wait. Items. You always have to stop and pick up items when you get the chance. Anything in here as well? No. No. Alright. I think it just might be in the morgue. That being said, it might actually not be. Doesn't look like it. Let's head back out of the morgue. I think it might be just behind it. If it is in the morgue after all, I'm going to be annoyed. Alright. Are there still any skulls around here? Doesn't look like it. Might just be in the morgue after all. Since there's no access around here. Take a quick look around the other side. But there doesn't seem to be anything. Alright, into the morgue we go. There'll definitely be more skulls in the morgue. But unless the enemy, unless the skulls leveled up in here, I should still, I should still be easily able to just, well, almost one-hit them. That's how weak they should be. That goes outside. I don't want to go outside. Oh, they're all down there. Shouldn't be anyone on this floor. So we can take our time. All of the items in here should be refreshed, and it never hurts to pick up a couple more. I do wonder if there's anything upstairs. There is. There shouldn't be anything we need from up here though right now. So back into... well, back down the stairs we go. Hi there. Yeah, pretty much 3 hits for them to die. Ow. The little 9 skulls need only 2. It's definitely on this level. The information about the cause of death. That scared me as well. I even knew they were in there. Ow. Where are you all coming from? Anything through here? Oh yeah, this is the place.
It's locked.
It's still locked.
Traces of a pinkish foam at the corner of the lips. Some sort of drug overdose, perhaps? Multiple abrasions and scarring on the arms and legs. Old and distinctive injuries of a sailor or a fisherman. The chest was originally opened to perform the operation. The sutures are clean, but the chest has been reopened. A puncture over the left lung, possibly a chest tube insertion. Not the cleanest work, but I think it was successful. Signs of internal bleeding. So, Dr. Tippett's anesthetics were incorrectly dosed, causing the patient's death. And then, he tried to operate on him again. Tippett has made an egregious error. It's time we talked.
But why did he try to operate on him again? I guess we're gonna find out after we talk to him. Do kind of want to have another quick look through here. See if anything's changed. I mean, of course there's more to pick up, but other than that, I can't go up here. Anything else through here? I mean, oh, I don't need those. Oh, wait a second. What I actually needed to do was this. There we go. That's what I wanted. Is there something in here? No. Alright, so let's head back and have a talk with Dr. Tippett. Actually, before I do that, I just want to know if... No, we've done all the other quests. Just wanted to know if we had anything else to do in the morgue itself. So that we wouldn't have to come back here again. But it doesn't appear to be the case, so... we're just gonna go out. can interrogate both Tippett and Nurse Brannigan for medical error. No. Why exactly did I just take my sword out? I don't know. Loading times are definitely a bit long right now. Alright, where are you two? I'd assume Nurse Brannigan is, as always, around the tents in front of the hospital. Whereas we just spoke to Tippett, but who knows where he's gone in the meantime. Oh, we can open that.
It's
No,
locked,
we
all
can't
right.
open that. Oh, is that Nurse Brannigan or is that Pippa?
Good evening, Nurse Hawkins.
No,
Good
it's
evening,
Pippa.
Goodbye.
I have no interest in you. That's Velma. It's Thomas Elwood. That's Strickland. That's Swansea. Rakesh. Mortimer. Harvey. Beatrice.
You are going to reveal all.
Where are they? That's Milton. There's Clay. I mean, we can bring him back his knife while we're here.
Hey, Doc.
I have found a gift from your wife.
In that case, you'll be properly rewarded, Doc. Clay Cox is a man of his word.
I hope that won't make me an accomplice to your future crimes.
Who knows what I might do now I feel invincible again?
I'll leave you for now, Mr. Cox.
While we're here, Oswald, I heard you're sick.
Good evening.
Evening, Dr. Reed.
Do you need medical attention?
Don't get me wrong, sir. I'm grateful for what you've done, but I've never felt comfortable with doctors.
Oh, it's not you that needs it.
I will... Goodbye, Mr. Thatcher. Try to take care of yourself.
It's Newton that needs the medicine. I mean, so do you, but
Hello
I
again,
don't
Mr.
have
Blight.
yours.
Good evening, Dr. Reed. You doing your rounds as usual?
Do you need
Yep.
medical attention, sir?
Afraid so. In the war, I was always worried about picking up something, getting some infection. Unfortunately, got that fear in London now.
Throughout history, some diseases have done more damage to armies than any weapon created by man. You were wise to be careful.
You're working at the Pembroke Hospital, aren't you? That's a good enough reason for me and Oswald to go there.
Goodbye, Mr. Blight. Take care of yourself.
Alright. So where are Gwyneth and Tippett? I'll head upstairs for now and see whether they're there. Because they were Tippett was there before. But that doesn't appear to be the case. Nope, no one here. Seriously, where did they go? How difficult can it be to find two doctors in a hospital?
Disgust on every streetcar.
There's no one in Harriet's X room. I just hope they're not evading me somehow. That's Ackroyd. That's Strickland.
This hospital seems to be falling apart. But in the circumstances, I'm willing to give you the benefit of the doubt.
They apparently seem to be quite capable at running away from me. I've been here before. I've just gone in there. They're not here either. There's Gwyneth. I don't know where you came from, but gotta
Good
talk.
evening, Nurse Brannigan.
Good evening, Doctor.
According to the report I read, your unprofessional conduct put a patient in danger, Gwyneth.
That's not true. I know when my patient's life is at risk, and I'm more competent than a lot of doctors that I know. Problem is, I'm a woman.
I don't see what your gender has to do with your abilities, Nurse.
Yes, nurse. Because I'll never be a doctor, no matter what my skills. I could make a decision that could save a life, but oh no, that's unbecoming conduct.
Have you heard of Elizabeth Blackwell? She was the first woman listed on the UK Medical Register. Change is slow, but it will come. And you will always have my support.
To have the right to study shouldn't be determined by sex, skin, or wealth. That's all I'm saying.
Tell me what Dr. Tippett did. I know his mistake caused a patient's death.
If I had not covered up his error, Dr. Tippett would have been fired from this hospital. I could not let that happen.
You can't allow your emotions to dictate your conduct concerning patients, Nurse Brannigan.
Look around you, Dr. Reed. Do you really think we can afford to lose a brilliant practitioner like Dr. Tippett's in our situation?
Perhaps you did it with the best intentions, Nurse Brannigan, but you took a great risk. Must I remind you that a man died?
You mean you've never made a mistake? Never covered your tracks? Come on, Doctor. I wasn't born yesterday.
Goodbye,
right.
Nurse. Call me if you need assistance.
So where is Dr. Tippett? There you are.
Good evening,
Have a
Dr.
word with me.
Dr. Reed, any good news to share?
Not quite.
Corcoran, I want you to tell me about Mr. Connor. How did he die? What happened?
He was my patient. He died because of my mistake. That's the blunt truth.
What was the nature of the mistake?
It was a twofold error. My diagnosis was wrong, and the administered dosage was too strong.
Who was this patient?
I don't know. Some sick man from the docks, maybe a fisherman. I had no time to talk with him. No one claimed a body.
Why not stop practicing?
Are you mad? I killed that man, I admit it, and it won't happen again. I have saved so many lives since then.
I will cover for you, Dr. Tippett, by keeping what happened to Mr. Connor to myself.
I don't know what to say, actually. I can't exactly force you to become my accomplice.
You didn't force me. This is my decision to make. I believe you're still of use to the hospital, considering the situation.
Then I can make you this promise. As soon as the epidemic is eradicated, I will resign.
Right. That's a good compromise.
What will you do after your resignation? Do you have a plan?
I always fancied visiting Cyprus. Such a beautiful island. I could buy a house there, by the sea. Read poetry, and wait for death.
Sounds lovely.
Nurse Brannigan has been recently accused of neglecting her professional duties. Tell me what you really think about it.
This kind of protest is nothing but elitist bullshit. I trust Nurse Brannigan with my life. She has what it takes to be a great doctor.
Do you really think she could be the next Elizabeth Blackwell?
Believe me, Dr. Reed, a time will come when skill and skill alone will determine who can be a physician and who cannot.
Goodbye, Dr. Tippett.
Alright, next side quest done. Okay, let's have another look. We've finished all the side quests around here. There's a lot at the docks. And there's 2 more at Whitechapel. Retrieve Barrett's box. I can only heal Xiao Shun in Whitechapel. Let me have a quick look at the status. Serious. And I can also heal Loretta. Yeah, I think... Wait, let me just quickly check which is closer, Whitechapel or the docks. I guess Whitechapel is closer for now from here. So we're gonna go to Whitechapel first. And we're gonna do a bit of healing, finish off the side quests, and then we're gonna go to the docks. We can get there pretty quick. Oh god, yeah, we can get there pretty quickly at this point. Just need to ignore all of these. It shouldn't be too much of an issue. Were those scouts always here? Those are quite strong. I don't think they've always been here. We'll quickly get rid of them then. Ow. You can still hear that beast from down below the bridge. That's a bit unsettling. But considering they're like level 22, 23 and 24, they're not that dangerous. I can deal with them relatively easily. It took like 1 hit. Just gonna have a look at it. Level 24, a large beast. Yep, we're gonna ignore that. Just interested, which way do I have to go? Is that gate open? Yeah. Right, so we're in Whitechapel. Who? Oh, that's Christina, I think was her name. Alright. Where are you, Mason? 177 meters. He's all the way over there. That's just great. That'll take a bit to get to. But we could really use someone who can read those recipes. If that allows us to make some more cures, that would be fantastic. By the way, what is that? What is that? I've never fought against someone like that.
Stupid newborn!
Is that a vampire? It is. Let me just quickly get away from you. That's really interesting.
This is my
I like that he's pretty much got the same abilities as me. Like, he's a vampire. Basically, he's a vampire like any other. With that, I mean Dr. Reed. I am a vampire like any other. And I have the same... I really would like to pick that up. I'm no different in terms of abilities than any other vampire around me. Like, maybe they're even stronger than me. Ow. Where did he go? Oh, there you are. Come on. Just about finished you. Did he just pull out a gun at the last part? That allowed me to pick up some good parts, which I will happily take. But actually, is that a safe? Can I get? No, it doesn't seem to be a safe any after all. But those things are quite strong. I mean, of course they are the vampires. Oh god. Whoa. He's a bit too strong for me to fight right now. Or to want to bother with. Is this your place, Mason?
Good evening, sir. It's me again.
Leave me alone, I say, whoever you are.
It cannot be safe for a blind man to live here alone. Let me enter, sir. I swear I mean you no harm.
Well, a voice never lies, and yours clearly is the voice of a gentleman. All right, Doctor, come on in. What kind of gentleman pays visits to people at this late hour?
Someone who needs your abilities, reading Braille.
So what is the name of my nocturnal visitor?
I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed. As I already explained to you, I'm inquiring about the epidemic.
Dr. Reed? The eminent surgeon? My God, I'd never have expected a brilliant physician like you to knock on my door.
You flatter me, sir.
No, sir, I am flattered. I read all your work when I still had my sight. I loved it. I'm Mason Swanborough, by the way.
And what else have you learned about me, Mr. Swanborough?
I know you assisted Professor Carell in France, and that you invented a new blood transfusion method based on his work.
Yes. Those were frustrating but exciting days. I loved it.
Yes, the thrill of research and discovery. This is what drives people like us, Dr. Reed. Oh, how I envy you.
Does someone take care of you in this isolated place?
My sister Loretta and I have our daily routine. Every morning and evening she comes by so we can talk and eat. Then she leaves and I stay.
Do you not appreciate your sister's visits?
Loretta is the best and worst thing that happened to me. And I believe she could say the same thing about me.
Where does your sister go?
Well, let's just say, she earns enough money for us both.
What's so amusing about that?
I won't hide the truth from you. Loretta sells a fake miracle elixir to the sick people of Whitechapel.
We know.
How is the sanitary situation evolving in Whitechapel these days?
I hear them hissing and scratching at my door every night. The sick made mad by the fever. But these walls are thick, and my lock is solid.
Do you know Braille, Mr. Swanborough?
I'm no expert, but I learned it in my spare time, yes. Why?
I found a strange document entitled Cure for Blindness. It's written in Braille, so I thought perhaps it was yours.
Really? Is that some kind of sick joke? Let me see.
Here it is.
This letter seems authentic. And it actually refers to an experimental cure for blindness. You have piqued my interest, Dr. Reed.
Could it be of any use to you?
No. This page is just a part of a larger diary. I'd be glad if you could find the other pages.
I found another page of the diary, Mr. Swanborough.
This diary is still not complete. The man who wrote it claims he is a member of some scholarly brotherhood called the St. Paul's Stole.
Really? I've heard of them. Very capable scientists. Perhaps the man who wrote this really found a cure.
I would need more pages to figure it out, but it's as promising as it is intriguing.
A colleague of Dr. Swansea's.
Here is another page of the diary we were talking about.
Ah, now we're talking. Ingredients, dosages, dangers, and side effects. This is it.
Is the diary complete now?
No. The author tested his work in a hidden laboratory. We must find out where it was. Please, find me more pages, Doctor.
Well, apparently
Goodbye,
I don't have
Mr.
any more.
Swanborough. I'll leave you now.
Wandering in this part of town at night, you're either brave or a fool.
It doesn't seem like the last page is marked on the map. So we're gonna leave it at that. I'm still gonna... Ooh, new collectible. Still gonna check out the rest of your house.
Tell me, how do you see the world?
It's locked.
Ah, always those people who put locks on things. Can't you just let me rob them? My dear brother, this is the apology letter you'll never read, for you've lost your sight because of me. I know you hate me for what I did, even if you never say so. We don't talk much in the Swanborough family, do we? So, to clear my conscience, this is my bravest gesture towards you. To write you this letter and to leave it in your laboratory. If you ever find it and ask about it, I'll read it to you. If someone else reads it, well, as I wrote above, this is my bravest gesture. So, Mason, I'm sorry. I'm sorry for what I did and for the hell you've been thrown into. I'm sorry you're now a blind man trying to find a meaning to your useless life. If I could change one thing, only one thing in my miserable life, it would be what happened 1 year ago. I swear it, Mason. If I could give my eyes for you to see again, I would, but it does not work that way, does it? So please, my brother, forgive me. Loretta. Okay. We've been in here, right? Yeah. Can we talk about this?
What can I do for...
Why does your sister feel so guilty about what happened to you?
Because she knows I'll never forgive what she did to me.
You run an illegal business with someone you hate?
I don't hate my sister. She looks after me, we have a good time. But I'm just not ready to forgive her.
Okay.
Goodbye, Mr. Swan.
I guess we'll have to talk to Loretta directly. If you want to find out... Oh god. Leave me alone, vampire. I'm not here. Oh god. Leave me alone, brawler. I'm not here. I need to go that way though. Because I need to do that. Where is it? Oh, yeah. Oh god. No. Vampire, bye. I have no interest in you. Leave me alone. Are they still following me? No. Actually, are they fighting each other? That could be interesting as well. That I can sneak in and maybe steal a kill? It appears so. Oh god. None of us are hitting anything.
Back to the bloody grind! Shit!
Come over here.
Put an end to you!
Come on. One more hit. There we go. I think that was sort of breaking even in terms of health. So now let's go this way. Back into the city. Question is that behind the church? Sort of. But I'm not sure if we can get there from behind the church. So we're gonna head around. Let me just have another quick talk with you, Mr. Whittaker.
Why did you send Samuel to the cemetery, Tobias? What did you see there?
I sent him on a vision. A dream of a dreadful and laughing queen covered with blood, sleeping with the dead and feeding on the fear of the dying.
You sent a man to die because of a stupid vision.
Okay. Great talk.
Good evening.
Think we've done that option before.
Your disciple, Samuel, stole from the dead in Stonebridge Cemetery. I have proof of his crime and proof of his death.
No! Samuel was the best of us. So devoted, So zealous. He gave all he had for the cause. He tirelessly preached the good word.
He defiled the dead with his petty thefts. That's how he financed your misguided crusade.
Think what you will. When this city is saved, he will be praised for his devoted fortitude. He walked boldly into the mouth of abomination.
And he died for it.
Your precious Samuel used you. He was an immoral crook.
If that's true, then he will be my burden to bear during this endless night.
Tell me the reason why you despise Joseph Larrabee so much, Tobias.
A faithless shepherd is the worst criminal, for he leads his flock to the abyss by disregarding the right path. God smote this man, for he doubted.
I only met him briefly, but he seemed a dedicated man who tried to provide guidance.
Do you not believe in punishment, my son? I am not talking about the law of men. I am talking about judgment from heaven.
I believe in the logical and factual organization of everything in the universe. God, if he exists, is just a principle waiting to be discovered.
Armageddon is upon us, Dr. Reed. The final battle where every soul will be weighed. I'm afraid yours will burn for a long time.
We'll see about that.
I have heard enough for tonight. Goodbye.
Alright, so how are we supposed to get there? Can enter this way, right? But we can't get there through here. So we need to go down there and around this way. I'm actually unsure if I've ever been here. At least I can't remember it, but I suppose I've had to have been. I had to have been here before. Ow! Alright. Another new type of enemy. Still burning. Oh, that was unsuspected. Ow. I was out of stamina, couldn't dodge in time. Leave me alone. Ow. That was not good. Where's all that noise coming from? Oh god. More enemies that I don't want to face. Tiny good handle part, nice. Alright, the question now is, where is Barrett Lewis's box? Somewhere around here, apparently. Somewhere in this facility. Oh god, not that guy. But it's not around here. It's somewhere down here then. But I thought it had to be sort of upstairs. It's not here. Let me just quickly have a read through it. Some frenzied inhabitants and some old condemned workshop attacked him. Should go and see for myself. Alright. Is there anything on the floor? Doesn't really look like it. I walked in through here. There's something around... No, I walked in through there. Something here? No. I can get through here. Alright, I had to take a quick break. But we're still looking, alright, we're still looking for that box. Where could it be? There's some scars right around here, which I can hopefully use to get a bit more blood without taking too much damage. Looking good. Oops, almost ran into that. Yeah, you can keep on blocking. I'll keep on refilling my stamina. There we go. Oh, are you stuck? Oh, oops, I shouldn't. Oops, nope, it's not stuck. No, it's definitely not stuck. Ow, that was a lot of damage. No stamina. Come on, leave me alone. And all the blood I managed to stack up from those skulls is gone again. Okay. The question is still, where could that box be? Is there anything around here? No. Where would I lose a box? Well, not around here. Apparently. Can I get up there? No, I can't. It does say it's up. But there is no box around here. Is there? Nowhere near. I'm gonna just have another quick look through this. Just going around the far edges of everything. Is there a box? No, there isn't. Retrieve Barrett loses box. Well, there's no... It's not around here either. I assume it's not in there. I mean, I don't want to have made my way all this way around here for nothing. says up here. There anything I can enter? Can I go up there? Doesn't seem to be. And why would he be up there in the first place? It's not there. It just isn't there. I think I might just have to pause the recording for a second, or cut it out in the edit and just have another look for it. I'll tell you if I found it later.